getting to money advice that you need. It's time to chat with our good friend Andy Mattingly from Forum Credit Union. Andy, have you ever DJ'd a house party?
No, I have not.
Okay. Maybe that's something you need to talk to Madison about.
Maybe. That could be my secret,
a hidden
skill there,
hidden
right?
talent that you never knew you had.
I doubt it.
Well, you always give great financial advice, Andy, and we always appreciate you coming on. We're talking about financial habits that we can avoid, bad financial habits that can really, if we avoid them, that can make a big difference for us over time. So first of all, what are a couple of these big bad habits that we might not recognize that we're doing?
Well, it's two really simple ones. Impulse buys, especially on clothes and shoes, and overspending at the grocery store.
Okay.
So, and how you can kind of avoid those. One is just changing your whole way that you do shopping at the grocery store. Do a meal plan, then get your grocery list and stick to that list.
Yes.
And the other thing is that, in that impulse buying, just wait 24 hours before you buy something. So before you buy that new pair of shoes or that new shirt, make sure you really need it, or is your closet already full and you don't need to do it? And those are things that aren't really cutting back. It's just being smart with your money.
That's a good word. And those grocery stores know when you're hungry, too.
Yes.
When you're shopping on an impulse, they know it. They know how to get you.
Exactly.
So, Andy, are there a few mistakes we make that seem small, they seem minor, but really they can add up over time?
Yeah, and one of them goes back to this shopping thing, not using reward cards, especially at the grocery store. And, you can save $10 or $15 every time you go.
Yeah.
And you can probably also save $10 or $15 on your gas, because a lot of them add it to your, you can get money off your gas bill. And with the prices of gas, saving 50 cents or $1 is going to be helpful.
Yeah, that adds up over time.
The other one is just paying late fees. Like, we have so many things that we pay, and a lot of people just let it go, and it's like, well, it's only $3, it's only $5, but that could add up. And those are just small things that you can just clear up really easily and make a big difference.
Those are great pieces of advice. I love the thing, shopping with a rewards card. You would be amazed at how much you can save when you're going out there shopping for groceries.
Yes.
Andy, what's one mistake that if we were tracking our expenses that we could identify to help us fall into these mistakes?
Well, we all are chasing, cut the cord, and then we sign up for streaming services.
Yeah.
But then as content moves around, we start chasing the content, because someone says, oh, you need to watch this, so I've got to sign up for that. Or you sign up for these free trials, and all of a sudden you have all these monthly fees that come out at different times of the week. If you really track your expenses, you might find you're spending more than if you just signed up for one service.
Yeah.
So, or knowing some things that you need to get rid of, some of those boxes that come every quarter that have all the great prizes in it, and you don't even open them anymore.
Yeah,
and
sure.
it's like, maybe I should stop that.
Are you binge watching anything these days, Andy?
Trying to catch up with Ozark.
Okay, Ozark. All right, cool. So in your opinion, Andy, what are some habits that we should avoid at all costs with our money?
Well, there's two things. One is this habit of thinking that you're always going to have, that your income is always going to increase.
Okay.
For a lot of different reasons, your income may stagnate. And the reason why you want to avoid this is if you always think that your income is going to increase, you're going to make a lot of decisions about debt, thinking that you're always going to make more money and you'll be able to cover it.
Yeah.
So that's, kind of one that you need to, get away from. And the other one is thinking that your credit card is your best emergency fund. Because it's going to cost you more money. You're going to now have to make this payment every month on the card, plus the interest on it. So those are two things that can really get you in a lot of trouble. And if you just kind of get rid of those habits or that way of thinking, it's going to help, change your outlook on your financial situation.
That's great. And as always, you can get Andy's expert advice and his team's expert advice at Forum Credit Union. Andy, what's one thing that you would say if someone is trying to avoid these mistakes that Forum can really help them with?
Well, I think the one thing that we can really help you with is that we can sit you down and do what we call a financial wellness check.
Okay.
And what we do with that is we kind of look at what your credit situation is and what you have there, and we'll help you work through just like a small budget. And it's not like you have to live every month on a budget, but we'll help you set up and see where those categories could be, put together, a range of programs that can help you. So that's what we do. It's like we kind of get you going in the direction you need to go, and then it's really up to you.
It's good advice. Thanks as always, Andy. We